Nick and Sally make a call as Jack loses it on Ashley and Diane declares war. The young and the restless heirs today. While Chelsea and Adam comfort Connor, Phyllis plays with Tucker while Ashley offers guidance to Abby. Upon arriving at Chelsea's house, Connor raves to his mother over her fresh digs, but emphasizes that her return is the greatest novelty of all. He and his mom had plans to perform home improvement projects and watch movies together. Connor begs her not to abandon him over and again. Chelsea is eager to fill him in on her whereabouts over the past several days and wonders aloud if he recalls visiting her in the hospital this time last year. Indeed, he does. Chelsea probes him to recall the reason she was there. "Are you unwell again?" Connor asks worriedly. "Do I really need to know that?" Adam tells Connor he needs to calm down and let his mom explain everything. Chelsea reveals that she struggled with reality perception last year, but that she has since made progress in this area. She had been feeling herself deteriorate over the past 3 days, but this time it was different and worse. She probes his understanding of depression by asking if he has ever felt sad. Connor compares it to sadness and wonders whether that's why she saw a doctor. Chelsea suggests this may have been one of the contributing factors. Connor breaks down in tears. He was only terrified and didn't mean to make her upset over Johnny or anything else. When Ashley opens the door to the Abbott residence, a distraught Abby sobs. "Mom, it's horrible. It's horrible." Abby sits her mother down and breaks the news that her union may be on the verge of dissolving. After a moment of shock, Ashley asks, "What are you talking about?" According to Abby, Chance does not believe that he is the proper guy for her, and even more tragically that he wishes he were not. Ashley can't wrap her head around him just up and quitting the marriage, but he was provoked. Abby exclaims. She admits, "I did it. Yes, I cheated on him." Ashley thinks Abby's infidelity was an isolated incident and that she won't run into the other person ever again. Abby sobs, "They'll always be a part of our lives, or at least Dom's." While covering her face in shame, Ashley says, "You slept with Davin." Abby is inconsolable because she claims that it happened just now. She is in Ashley's arms. Diane walks into Jack's office at Jabbat and confronts him about his lack of response to her messages. He has to focus on his work and cannot be disturbed at the moment. She shuts the door and says she has to talk to you immediately about something important. Unfortunately for her, he is currently too busy for her antics. Diane suddenly says that he doesn't have to talk to her, but he does have to hear her out. Jack is cautioned by Diane to be careful around Tucker. Why, he demands to know. Diane claims she has anything left to reveal to him concerning the agreement they made. Jack exclaims angrily, "Of course there is." The financial information about Jabba that Tucker wanted Diane to discover was so he could take advantage of the company, as revealed by Diane. In a fit of rage, Jack slams down his papers. "I never handed him anything," Diane insists, and she certainly wouldn't hurt him or Kyle in any way. After telling yet another fib, Jack yells, "One more." Another hidden truth, another lie. Another shoe has fallen on time. Why did you keep this vital knowledge from me for so long if you were so loyal, and why was it so crucial for me to have it? Why is it being released now of all times? Diane says she's sorry she hasn't told him sooner, but she didn't want to make things worse at home. "How often did I ask you whether there was more to your deal with McCall?" Jack chides. Diane states that she was attempting to reveal his actual intentions and catch him in the act. She keeps hammering home the point that he poses a genuine threat. However, Jack retorts that she has plenty of risky people in her own life. Diane realizes he's referring to Jeremy Stark, so she tells Jack that Tucker is threatening to exact revenge on her by using Jeremy. That Ashley is related to Stark is something he has already shared with her. The man will not change upon his upcoming release from prison. Diane yells that her friends Nikki, Ashley, and Phyllis are planning to place the idea in Jeremy's brain that she was responsible for putting him in jail. If they succeed, he will demand retribution. Sally invites Nick to her suite in the Grand Phoenix for a drink. She cautions that she is still not interested in discussing his loan proposal. He assures her that she is free to bring up or avoid any topic she likes. Once they've had a few drinks together, Sally will inquire as to his outlook on Newman Media. Nick has doubts about Nate's competence and character. He seemed to be a great supporter of the previous government. Sally expresses her appreciation for the offer he made but also appreciates him for not pressing the subject. She emphasizes that she is not trying to manipulate their romantic relationship. She doesn't want his money if there's any question about that. Nick assures Sally that, despite their closeness, he does not suspect her of manipulating him. He would like that her not question his true intentions when extending the loan. Sally says she doesn't want this to happen again because of the rumors that Adam employed her for his own personal advantage. Nick reassures her that the importance of their friendship has nothing to do with the loan. She and Chloe are a formidable duo in his eyes, so of course he'd be on board with them launching a new fashion line. Sally adds there's just one catch: she has no interest in launching yet another clothing line. Sally reveals to Nick that her experience at Newman Media whetted her appetite for greater challenges. The fashion industry holds a special place in her heart, but she has no intention of going backwards. Nick maintains that there are instances when such measures are necessary for progress. Sally might be looking for a change. I considered opening a business related to interior design or event organizing because of my eye for style. I have no idea what to say at this time. Nick believes she may be prosperous in either field. He tells her to ease into it gradually. If she needs him, he will be there to guide her through it. Phyllis wants to buy Tucker a drink at Society, so she asks him to let her. In spite of his refusal, she is adamant. Adam cradles Connor in Chelsea's apartment, assuring the boy that nothing has been his fault. Chelsea echoes this view, explaining to her son that she was already having trouble adjusting to life after the unexpected death of Ray. Now that he's gone, Connor can't help but feel a void. Likewise, Chelsea says it was difficult for her when Johnny rejected the fact that she is his biological mother. To give birth to children was the most wonderful thing that could have occurred to her. She explains to Connor that he is the only person in her entire world. Chelsea is putting forth a lot of effort to improve her health by consulting with her medical team. Connor wonders if this is finally the end. Phyllis suggests a toast in Tucker's honor at Society for the insight he provided Ashley on Diane and Jeremy Stark. When asked if she'll put it to good use, Tucker mutters that she will. Phyllis relaxes, cracks a happy smile, and suggests she may be leaving. Let nothing be overlooked. She is still curious as to his presence. Why have you returned to this city? One can ask, what do you hope to gain from this? She tells her son at Chelsea's house that she wishes the melancholy would end, but that it's an illness, a mental one, and that she needs medical care to learn how to deal with it and eventually overcome it. It's a lengthy process. Connor wants to know how critical the situation had to be for her to decide to seek medical attention. There are tears in Chelsea's eyes. They said, it was terrible. The emotional pain was excruciating. She said the pain was excruciating and that she wished it would end immediately. Was it that horrible you wanted to die? Connor probes. What it means to become unalive is something he learned about on the internet and can thus explain to others. Both Chelsea and Adam are shocked, but she does say that's how it was. For me, it was a terrifying and dreadful period. She says she will put in the effort necessary to ensure that this feeling never returns. Connor reassures his mom that he'll do anything he can to help by giving her a hug. Sally informs Nick at the hotel that she will be declining his generous offer because his faith in her means everything to her. She hopes that others would recognize her achievements and recognize how talented she and Chloe are. The meaning is not lost on Nick. He is looking forward to seeing her achieve success. Sally wonders whether there is another way he can support her. If that's what you're after, fine. Nick says in an offhand way that being with her always makes him desire more time with her. Her hand is in his. Sally wonders if their relationship will remain platonic. Nick assures her with a kiss and says, I sure hope so. Since Jack now has the truth, Jobat can better prepare for whatever is ahead. Her son Kyle has promised to look out for her, but she kept the news of Tucker's requests for money from him a secret because she was afraid her son would confront him. In the same vein, Jack doesn't want to put his son in harm's way, so he agrees. Jack probes Diane, wanting to know if she helped put Stark in jail. A confirmation nod from Diane. They devised an agreement where she could turn him in undercover in exchange for immunity. Diane insists on the secrecy of the situation, saying that Ashley is a major obstacle. Jack had warned her to stop it. As Diane sighs, well, obviously she didn't listen. Nick and Sally have made love in bed in their hotel room. As they talk more, she reveals, "This seems right." Nick asks whether she is up to going out for the occasion. There's a grin on her face. What they're commemorating is context dependent. Nick says they're starting a new chapter in their lives and she's starting a new business. He's going to take a shower, which is an open invitation. When Sally is free, she uses the iPad to get some work done. Tucker tells Phyllis at Society that Ashley is the only thing on his mind. He made a huge mistake by breaking her heart. Smartly, Phyllis says, "You've done some introspection, have you?" Tucker saw how smoothly Diane reintegrated with the Abbotts and reasoned that it may be possible for him to do the same. After some thought, Phyllis says, yeah. When Ashley visits Abby at the Abbott estate, she advises her that she must alter her dynamic with Devon if she and Chance are ever going to move past this. "So now I have to lose Devon as well," Abby screams. Ashley thinks it's fair to assume that Chance would prefer they not be so close. Jack bursts in at that exact moment and demands a private moment with Ashley. Ashley claims to be smack dab in the center of anything. Abby has to get back to Dom, so she leaves. Ashley responds with a snarky, "Oh what? Is it you again?" who comes to Diane's aid. Jack was convinced he had made it very clear that she was not to bother Diane. "Just because you said that doesn't mean I'm going to do it," Ashley retorts. While at Chelsea's, she admits that she feels bad about hiding the fact that she is Johnny's mother and vows to be more forthcoming with Connor in the future. Adam assures him that they will work through this together as a family, and that he can always go to Sharon or a school counselor if he has any concerns. Chelsea must confront this head-on if she is to survive. She's sick, but she's getting better thanks to treatment. Nick gets out of the shower in Sally's room and wonders aloud why she didn't join him. She came up with a fresh approach to doing business, and presents her plan to him. He thinks it's a wonderful idea and can't wait to see how she and Chloe implement it. According to Sally, "This is the place I want to be." Connor goes to Chelsea's house and begs Adam to let him spend the night with his mum so she won't be lonely. Adam plans on making a trip to the property to retrieve a few items. Chelsea reassures her kid that he should not worry about her safety after she leaves. He has no responsibility to make her feel less lonely, she must do so. She says she'll put in a lot of effort to get healthier so they can enjoy their lives together for as long as possible. There is an embrace between them. Diane confronts Phyllis and Tucker at Society, telling them, "You're not going to win." She assures them that no matter what they throw at her, Jack and Kyle would be there to support her. Tucker and Phyllis, she says, are no match for her, Jack and Kyle, and neither are Ashley and Mickey. "This is now technically a war, so you had better be ready to bring your A game." Jack flings off his coat in the Abbott family living room and snarls, "I can't believe your boldness." Kyle has a very important relationship that he wants to keep safe. "Means the world to Kyle or you?" Ashley retorts, "Oh come on," Jack scoffs. Ashley assures him that he is aware of Diane's identity and abilities. The more they learn about her, the more she plays the victim to get back in Jack's good graces, and the more he goes out of his way to defend her. In light of Tucker's current manipulation of her, Jack thinks she's showing some serious nerve. He reportedly urged Diane to share some Jobot financial data with someone else. That's right, and he attacked her when she refused to cooperate. To put it simply, Ashley, this is all about that. I guess your enormous charisma wasn't enough to get Tucker to divulge that specific secret. It infuriates him that Tucker is probing Jabot for vulnerabilities to exploit, just as he has done by playing on her animosity toward Diane. It would appear that you are helping Tucker McCall achieve whatever it is he is trying to accomplish.